Warning. The very spice you think is helping your digestion could be the reason you keep waking up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. night after night. And worse, it might be slowly disturbing your kidneys, your blood pressure, even your sleep quality, without you realizing it. As a doctor, I have seen this exact mistake in so many seniors from Chennai to Chicago, all waking up again and again thinking it's just old age. But the truth, it's not always age. It might be in your kitchen. Today, I will show you 5 spices that naturally calm your bladder and help you sleep through the night, and 5 common spices that quietly do the opposite. But before we begin, I want to know, where are you watching this video from and what time is it right now? Please let me know in the comments below. I read every single one of them because knowing you helps me help others like you. And if this topic matters to you, do hit the subscribe button so you never miss the next tip that could bring you deeper sleep and better mornings. Let's begin. After the age of 60, many things inside the body begin to change quietly, not loudly, not suddenly, but slowly, like the fading of evening light. And one of those changes happens in a small organ that we rarely think about: the bladder. You see, when we were younger, the bladder could hold almost 400 to 500 milliliters of urine before sending a strong signal to the brain. But now, after 60 or 65, for many elders across India, from Rajkot to Ranchi, the bladder begins to speak too soon. Even when it holds only 150 milliliters, barely half a glass of water, it sends an urgent message. Wake up, it's time. That's why you may be waking up 2 or 3 times each night, even if you didn't drink much after dinner. It's not just because of age. It's because the bladder is becoming more sensitive, more reactive to even a small amount of pressure. And there's something else happening behind the scenes, something most people have never even heard of: a hormone called vasopressin. Vasopressin tells your kidneys to slow down at night so you can sleep peacefully without making too much urine. But as we grow older, the body produces less vasopressin, especially after sunset. That means your kidneys keep filtering water as if it's daytime, even when your body is trying to rest. So the bladder fills up faster and you're forced to wake up again and again just when sleep was finally becoming deep. Now, let us bring the conversation to your kitchen, to your masala daba. Because what you eat, and especially the spices you use, can either make this worse or make it better. Some spices like ginger, garlic, black pepper, or red chili are wonderful for boosting metabolism. But if taken late in the evening, they can irritate the bladder and increase urination. They heat up the body, increase circulation, and gently push the kidneys to release more water. That's why a spicy dinner or even a strong masala chai at 8 p.m. can keep you walking to the bathroom at 2 a.m. On the other hand, some spices are gentle friends to your bladder. Cumin, fennel seeds, cardamom and ajwain can calm the nerves, aid digestion, and reduce unnecessary bladder contractions. Used in the right way at the right time, they can help you sleep longer and deeper. Let me tell you about Ramesh Ji, a retired postmaster from Nashik. He used to add green chili and garlic paste to every evening meal. After he shifted to using cumin and fennel in his khichdi and stopped spicy tea after 6 p.m., he began sleeping 5 full hours without waking. He said to me once, "Dr. Saab, I didn't know spices could disturb sleep. Now they're helping me rest." So dear elder, don't be afraid. You are not too old to make small changes. Your body is still listening, gently, patiently, waiting for you to guide it right. And the best part, you don't need medicine, just a little wisdom from your spice box. 5 spices you should eat to help reduce nocturia. 1. Jeera cumin, a simple spice that can calm your nights. For most elders in India, jeera is just something we toss into hot oil while making dal or sabzi. It crackles, it smells nice, and we move on, never thinking much about it. But this tiny seed holds quiet power, especially if you are waking up 2 or 3 times every night to pass urine. You see, after the age of 60, the body becomes more sensitive to pressure in the lower abdomen. Even mild bloating or gas can gently press on the bladder and send the wrong signal, even if your bladder is not full. And this is where jeera helps like a silent friend in your evening kitchen. Jeera has been used for centuries in Ayurveda to balance digestion and calm excess vata, the restless energy in the gut. It reduces gas bloating and heaviness after meals, allowing the muscles near your bladder to relax instead of stay tense. It also supports the kidneys in processing fluid gently, especially when taken in the evening before sunset. This doesn't stop urine completely, but it helps the bladder hold urine longer, so you're not waking up for tiny amounts. Now, let me tell you about Mrs. Anjali, 68 years old from Surat. Every night at exactly 3:10 a.m., she would wake up with an urge even when she had just 100 milliliters in her bladder. She tried reducing water, avoiding fruits, even sleeping with the light off, but nothing changed. One evening, her daughter-in-law gave her a small cup of jeera water at 6 p.m., lightly roasted warm with just a pinch of salt. Within 4 days, she started waking up only once. After 2 weeks, she slept 5.5 hours straight. She told me later, Dr. Saab, I didn't change my medicines. Just 1 teaspoon of jeera changed my night. So, dear elder, this isn't about giving up your habits. It's about timing awareness and kindness to your body. Your digestion and your bladder are connected, and jeera sits at the center of that connection. How to use it? Lightly roast 1 teaspoon of jeera, crush it gently, and steep it in 1 cup of warm water for 10 minutes. Drink it slowly around 6 or 6:30 p.m., not right before bed. You can also add roasted jeera to your evening khichdi curd rice or moong dal soup. Avoid combining it with oily or heavy gravies. Keep it light so the spice can work with calm focus. You do not need big changes or expensive treatments. Sometimes a spoonful of the right spice taken at the right time is enough to give your nights back. And your mornings, they start to feel light again. Peaceful, like they used to. 2. Saunf fennel seeds, a cooling companion for restful nights. In almost every Indian kitchen, you'll find a small jar of saunf fennel seeds sitting quietly in the corner of the spice box. After a heavy meal, we often chew a few seeds to freshen the breath and ease digestion. But very few people know that for elders, saunf can do something even more valuable. It can help reduce nighttime urination. Yes, this simple seed can calm your bladder and help you sleep through the night without disturbance. You see, after the age of 60, the body becomes more reactive to tiny changes, a small acidity, a little pressure in the belly, or even mild inflammation. And all of these can disturb the bladder, triggering that unwanted urge to urinate at 1 a.m. or 3 a.m., even if there is very little urine inside. Fennel seeds are naturally cooling, soothing, and anti-inflammatory, which makes them the perfect ally for older bodies that need calm. Saunf helps relax the muscles of the bladder wall. It reduces internal heat balances, mild hormonal fluctuations, and supports digestion without causing dryness. It also has mild phytoestrogens, which are especially helpful for older women after menopause when hormone changes affect the bladder's stability. Taken correctly, saunf can quieten the internal restlessness and reduce those false signals from the bladder. Let me share the story of Uncle Prakash, 72 years old from Nagpur. He used to wake up twice every night, once at 1 a.m., then again at 4. He believed it was normal after 70. He was taking blood pressure medicine, walking every morning, eating light dinners, but the sleep still broke. His daughter-in-law, who watched a health video online, suggested he try fennel tea in the early evening. So he started just 1 teaspoon of saunf gently boiled in 1 cup of water, then sipped slowly around 5:30 p.m. Within 1 week, he noticed he could sleep longer sometimes, even 5 to 6 hours without waking. His mind felt sharper, his knees less stiff, and his mood in the morning was peaceful, not irritated. He now calls it his green chai, a simple evening ritual that gave him his night back. So how can you use saunf deer elder? Boil 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds in 1 cup of water. Let it simmer gently for 5 to 10 minutes. Strain it, let it cool slightly, and sip it slowly in the early evening, ideally between 5 p.m. and 6 p.m. Do not add milk or sugar. You may add a pinch of rock sugar if needed, but plain is best. Avoid drinking it too late. Fennel is gentle, but it still adds liquid to the system. Let the body process it before bedtime. Remember, you don't need strong medicine to sleep well after 65. Sometimes the answer is already in your kitchen, waiting to be used with care and timing. Saunf doesn't just cool your system. It cools your worries, softens your nights, and helps your mornings begin with grace. 3. Elaichi, cardamom, the sweet spice that soothes the body and calms the bladder. Among all the spices in our Indian kitchen, few are as comforting and familiar as elaichi or cardamom. Its sweet aroma reminds many of warm chai festive sweets and the gentle care of mothers and grandmothers. But beyond its pleasant fragrance, cardamom has a quiet healing power, especially for elders who struggle with broken sleep due to nighttime urination. Yes, this tiny green pod, when used wisely, can help reduce bladder urgency and allow the body to rest longer at night. Elaichi is known in Ayurveda for balancing all 3 doshas, especially Vata and Pitta, which govern the nervous and digestive systems. It has a mild diuretic effect, but unlike harsh stimulants, it relaxes the bladder muscles instead of irritating them. This means your bladder can hold more urine comfortably without sending early or false signals to the brain. Elaichi also reduces mild acidity and improves circulation, 2 common hidden causes of disturbed sleep in older adults. It calms the nerves, supports digestion, and allows the entire pelvic region to relax gently like a soft lullaby from inside the body. Now let me tell you the story of Lataji, a retired Sanskrit teacher from Bhopal who is now 75 years old. For over 5 years, she would wake up at least twice every night, sometimes with an urgent need, sometimes with just restlessness. She stopped drinking water after 6 p.m., tried herbal teas, even played soft bhajans before bed, but still sleep escaped her. One day, her grandson added 1 crushed elaichi pod to her warm milk at 6:45 p.m., nothing else, no sugar. Within 4 days, her sleep improved. Within 2 weeks, she said she was sleeping nearly 6 hours without waking. And the best part, she felt lighter in her stomach, calmer in her chest, and her early morning stiffness also reduced. She told me, Dr. Saab, I thought only tablets could help at this age. But this small elaichi did more than I expected. So, dear elder, how can you use elaichi to support your own sleep and bladder health? Take 1 green cardamom pod. Lightly crush it with the back of a spoon to release its oils. Add it to 1 cup of warm milk, preferably cow's milk or toned milk, and drink it slowly before 7 p.m. Do not mix it with heavy or spicy foods and avoid taking it too close to bedtime. If you don't drink milk, you can add elaichi to a light evening porridge like ragi suji or even a small sear. Elaichi is more than just a sweet spice. It is a companion, soft, silent, and deeply balancing, especially for the changing needs of your body after 60. With just one small pod each evening, you may find your nights becoming peaceful and your mornings filled with quiet energy again. 4. Turmeric haldi, the golden spice that soothes from within. In every Indian home, turmeric or haldi is more than just a spice. It is tradition. It is medicine. It is comfort in a cup of warm milk on a cold evening. We use it in cooking, in skincare, even in prayers. But what many elders don't realize is that turmeric can also help reduce nighttime urination, especially after the age of 60. Yes, this golden powder has the power to calm not just your joints, but also your bladder. As we grow older, silent inflammation becomes common inside the body, in the knees, in the nerves, and yes, even in the urinary tract. This inflammation makes the bladder lining more sensitive, more reactive, and quicker to send false signals. The result, you wake up at 1 a.m. or 3 a.m. not because your bladder is full, but because it is irritated. Turmeric's active compound curcumin is a natural anti-inflammatory that gently soothes these irritated tissues. It also helps regulate insulin and hormonal balance, both of which can affect how much urine your body produces at night. Now, let me share the story of Mr. Ravi, a retired railway officer from Chennai, now 70 years old. He had been taking turmeric for years, mostly for knee pain and immunity. But one winter, when his nighttime urination increased to 3 times a night, he felt tired and helpless. His doctor advised him to take warm turmeric milk before dinner, not too late, not with spicy food. So every evening at 6:30 p.m., Raviji drank a cup of milk with half a teaspoon of haldi and a pinch of black pepper. Within 1 week, he noticed deeper sleep. Within 3 weeks, he was waking up only once per night. He said to me, "I never imagined something so simple could make such a difference. My body feels calmer now, and so does my mind." So how can you use turmeric, dear elder, to help yourself sleep better at night? Take half a teaspoon of pure haldi powder, not the mixed kind with additives. Boil it gently in 1 cup of milk for 5 to 7 minutes and add a pinch of black pepper for better absorption. Drink it slowly before 7 p.m., not right before bed. Let your body have time to digest and relax. If you are lactose intolerant, try haldi with warm almond milk or light coconut milk, but keep it unsweetened. Turmeric is not magic, but it is powerful when used with patience and timing. It does not stop urine completely, and it is not a medicine in itself. But it supports your organs, calms inflammation, and brings back balance to your nights. And when your nights become peaceful, your mornings will greet you with more energy, less fog, and a soft smile that says, "Yes, you are healing." 5. Ajwain Karom seeds, the warm seed that lights up your digestion and calms your bladder. In many Indian homes, ajwain sits quietly in a steel dabba, only used when someone complains of gas or stomach pain. But this small peppery seed does much more, especially for elders struggling with disturbed sleep and frequent nighttime urination. Ajwain is a spice that brings warmth, strength, and stability to the belly, and through that peace to the whole body. Because after 60, it is often not the bladder that misbehaves. First, it is the stomach that sets the trouble in motion. You see, when food stays too long in the stomach because of slow digestion or heavy dinner, it starts pressing on the bladder from above. That slight pressure, which a younger body may ignore, becomes a big trigger for urgency in older adults. Ajwain helps prevent that problem by stimulating Agni, the digestive fire, and breaking down food quickly before it causes gas or bloating. It also reduces the fermentation of undigested food, which creates pressure gas and discomfort around the lower abdomen. When the digestive tract is relaxed, the bladder feels less squeezed and your sleep becomes more peaceful. Let me share with you the story of Kamala Maji, 71 years old from Kolkata. For years, she ate dinner before 7 p.m. but still woke up at 2:30 a.m. with an urge to urinate. She avoided water, avoided curd, even skipped fruits, but nothing changed. She often said, "My body feels tight, like something is stuck inside." One day, her neighbor suggested trying ajwain water in the early evening, half a teaspoon boiled gently in 1 cup of water. She started sipping it daily at 5:30 p.m. just before her evening walk. Within 1 week, her bloating reduced. Within 10 days, she was sleeping 5 hours without waking. Her smile returned. She told her granddaughter, "Now I feel empty where I used to feel heavy and light where I used to feel tight." So how can you use ajwain in your own routine, dear elder? Take half a teaspoon of ajwain seeds and boil it in 1 cup of water for 5 minutes. Strain the water, let it cool slightly, and sip it slowly before 6 p.m. If you prefer, you can dry roast the seeds and chew them gently after meals with a pinch of black salt. But avoid using it too close to bedtime. Ajwain is strong and best taken earlier so your body can work with it fully. Ajwain is not a sleeping pill. It doesn't act fast like medicine, but it restores rhythm to your stomach, to your bladder, and to your sleep. It reminds your body how to move gently again without pressure, without noise, and without fear. And in that quiet return to balance, dear elder, your nights can once again be soft. And your mornings full of the lightness you thought had been lost with age. 5 spices to avoid after 6 p.m. 1. Ginger adrak, the powerful root that can disrupt your sleep, if taken at the wrong time. In most Indian homes, ginger or adrak is seen as a gift from nature. It warms the body, helps with cough, relieves nausea, and adds strong flavor to our chai and curries. But for elders who struggle with waking up at night to urinate, ginger might be playing a silent role in disturbing your rest. Yes, even a good thing, when taken at the wrong time, can create hidden problems for the body after 60. You see, ginger is a powerful stimulant. It increases circulation, raises body temperature, and pushes the kidneys to filter more fluid. This is helpful during the day when you are active and moving, and your body needs to detox. But after sunset, when the body is preparing to wind down, ginger can send the wrong signals. It can make the bladder more alert, the nerves more active, and the kidneys continue filtering when they should be resting. Many elders think a warm cup of adrak chai at 8 p.m. is calming, but inside the body is being quietly overstimulated. Ginger also increases gastric activity, which can lead to mild acidity or stomach pressure at night. And this pressure, though small, can irritate the bladder and wake you even when the urine volume is low. Let me tell you about Mr. Gokal, is 74 years old from Pune. He believed in natural healing and had ginger tea every night after dinner, thinking it would help digestion and joint pain. But he also woke up 3 times at night, once at 12:30 a.m., then again at 3 and 5. He reduced his water intake, changed his dinner time, even avoided spicy food, but nothing worked. After one visit to a local Ayurvedic doctor, he was asked just one question: "When do you take ginger?" When he stopped his nighttime ginger tea and shifted it to mid-morning, the change was clear within a week. He now sleeps from 10:30 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. without waking and says, "I still love my adrak, but now it loves me back." So what can you do? Dear elder, use ginger in your food. Yes, but use it wisely. Avoid ginger tea, ginger milk or adrak powder after 6 p.m., especially if you already have sleep or bladder issues. If you enjoy ginger for digestion, have it before lunch or around 11 a.m. when the body's fire is strongest. And never mix it with other stimulants like black pepper green tea or lemon at night. Remember, ginger is not the enemy. It is your ally, but only if you understand when it should walk beside you and when to let it rest. Your body after 60 is more sensitive, more delicate, and deserves peace in the evening. By changing just 1 cup, you may gift yourself a full night of uninterrupted healing sleep. And with that, a brighter morning full of calm lightness and gentle strength. Do garlic lasan, a healing spice that can disrupt your nights. If not timed, right, garlic or lasan is loved in every Indian kitchen, from Punjabi tadka to South Indian rasam. It adds aroma, taste, and strength. It is well known for reducing cholesterol, fighting infections, and improving heart health. But after the age of 60, when the body becomes more sensitive, garlic, if used late in the day, can quietly disturb your sleep. Yes, even this healing spice can increase nighttime urination if it is not used correctly. You see, garlic increases circulation and warms the body from inside. It is excellent in the daytime when you are active, moving around, and your digestive fire is strong. But after sunset, garlic can keep the metabolism running, increase kidney filtration, and create restlessness in the bladder. Some elders even report mild burning in the urine or an increase in urgency, especially when garlic is used in heavy evening meals. Garlic is also a natural diuretic, which means it encourages your kidneys to produce more urine. This is good for reducing water retention, but not helpful when your body is trying to slow down and sleep. Taken late, garlic can push your bladder into overwork mode at midnight, waking you even when you don't need to go. For older adults with sensitive bladders, this overstimulation can become a hidden reason behind broken sleep. Let me share the story of Abdul Chacha from Hyderabad, age 73, who always enjoyed his dinner with garlic chutney. He believed it helped with digestion and blood pressure, and it probably did, but his nights were restless. He woke up 2 to 3 times every night and felt tired in the mornings, even though his food was homemade and simple. When his grandson, a pharmacy student, suggested avoiding garlic after 5 p.m., he was doubtful at first, but he gave it a try, and instead of garlic chutney at dinner, he moved it to lunch. In just 1 week, he was waking only once. Within 2 weeks, he slept from 10 p.m. to 4:30 a.m. without interruption. He smiled and said, "I didn't stop eating garlic. I just respected its power. Now it respects my sleep." So what can you do, dear elder, if you love the taste and benefits of garlic? Use it generously in your lunch or mid-morning meal when your body can absorb and use it fully. Avoid adding raw garlic chutney, garlic pickle, or heavy garlic gravies after 5 or 6 p.m. And if you must use it at night, keep it light a touch in simple sabzi, not in oily or spicy dishes. Garlic is not to be feared, it is to be understood. Your body after 60 has new rhythms, and garlic must follow that rhythm too. When used wisely, it heals. When used late, it may disrupt. And by making this small shift, you give yourself the gift of restful nights and brighter mornings, one peaceful breath at a time. 3. Black pepper, Kali Mirch, the bold spice that may be quietly disrupting your sleep. In Indian cooking, black pepper or Kali Mirch is seen as a bold and powerful spice. It adds heat, sharpness and depth to rasam, khichdi, kada and even chai in many homes. It is praised for improving digestion, clearing cough and boosting immunity, especially during winter or flu season. But what many elders don't realize is that black pepper, when used too late in the day, may disturb sleep by irritating the bladder. You see, black pepper stimulates your nervous system and digestion, which is excellent when you are active during the day. But after 60, your body needs calm evenings and cooling foods to settle down and prepare for rest. Black pepper increases body heat, raises internal activity, and mildly irritates the inner lining of the bladder. This irritation leads to more signals being sent to your brain, telling you to wake up and go to the bathroom. It also contains piperine, a compound that enhances absorption of other nutrients, and that includes stimulating herbs and spices. So if you're taking turmeric, ginger, or even certain medications with black pepper at night, it may be working too fast or too strong. Your bladder, already more sensitive with age, may react by creating urgency even if there's not much urine to pass. Many seniors feel restless at night, not knowing that the late-night pinch of black pepper in soup or chai could be part of the problem. Let me share the story of Mr. Srinivasan from Coimbatore, 69 years old and recently retired. He had developed a habit of drinking a small cup of pepper rasam every night, believing it kept his throat clean. But he also complained of waking up twice or even 3 times to urinate and felt tired the next morning. His wife thought it was due to age, but during a routine diet consultation, the late rasam habit was identified. They shifted his pepper intake to lunchtime and switched dinner to plain dal with jeera and hing. Within 10 days, he began sleeping almost 5 hours straight. He told me, "I never imagined one spice could make such a difference." So what can you do, dear elder, if you love the flavor and benefits of black pepper? Continue using it, but with awareness. Add it to your morning or midday meals in rasam, poha or soups. Avoid strong pepper teas or kadas after 5 p.m., especially if you already have issues with acidity or bladder sensitivity. In your evening food, favor spices like jeera saunav or a pinch of turmeric, which are gentler and calming. Black pepper is not harmful, it is simply intense. And intensity after 60 needs to be invited at the right time of day. Your nights are meant for quiet healing, not for strong stimulation. By adjusting when you take this spice, you honor both its strength and your own body's rhythm. And that small shift may help you find the uninterrupted sleep your body still craves and truly deserves. 4. Chili powder, lal mirch, the fiery spice that may be heating up your nights. In every Indian kitchen, lal mirch or red chili powder is a daily part of cooking. It adds flavor, heat and color to sabzi dal chutney and curries from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. But after the age of 60, when your body becomes more sensitive, this powerful spice may be quietly disrupting your sleep. Yes, while your taste buds may still enjoy its sharpness, your bladder may not agree, especially at night. Red chili powder contains capsaicin, a natural compound that stimulates the nerves and increases body heat. It makes food feel exciting, but it also triggers the bladder by irritating its lining. When the bladder wall is irritated, even a small amount of urine can feel urgent, leading to unnecessary night awakenings. capsaicin, also increases internal pressure and inflammation, not always dangerous, but enough to cause restlessness after sunset. For older adults with already fragile digestion or mild constipation, lal mirch can make things worse. It can dry out the intestinal lining, increase acidity, and create a sharpness that travels down to the pelvic area. And because most elders reduce their water intake in the evening to avoid urination, the body becomes hotter and more imbalanced. This combination, heat, dryness, and irritation, makes the bladder more reactive even when the urine volume is low. Let me share the story of Shanti Auntie, 67 years old, from Ahmedabad. She was active, loved spicy food, and always said, "Without mirch, I can't taste anything." But she also suffered from broken sleep, waking up 2 or 3 times just to pass a little urine. Her blood tests were normal, and she wasn't taking any diuretic medication. When she finally spoke to a local health coach, the only advice she received was this: reduce chili at dinner. She was reluctant, but gave it a try and switched her evening meal to simple moong dal with jeera and soft vegetables. Within 1 week, she noticed her sleep improved. She now wakes up only once, and some nights not at all. She told her neighbor, "I didn't stop eating spice. I just moved the fire to lunchtime." So, dear elder, if you love lal mirch, you don't need to quit it completely. But use it wisely. Keep your spicy meals for lunch when your digestion is strongest. Avoid red chili and dinner pickles or chutneys after 5 p.m., especially if you already have acidity or bladder urgency. Try lighter evening meals with cooling herbs like coriander, fennel, or cumin. Instead, your body will thank you. Red chili is not the enemy. It's a strong friend, but not one that should visit you at night. Your bladder, your sleep, and your heart all need calm in the evening. And by choosing comfort over intensity, you create space for deeper rest and lighter mornings day after day. 5. Cinnamon dalchini, the sweet spice that may be secretly disturbing your sleep. Dalchini, or cinnamon, is often seen as a sweet, gentle spice. It adds flavor to our chai halwa, fruit salads, and even some home-made cough remedies. It is celebrated in Ayurveda for balancing blood sugar, warming the body, and improving digestion. But for seniors over 60, especially those struggling with nighttime urination, cinnamon may be quietly doing more harm than good if taken too late in the day. You see, cinnamon increases internal heat and stimulates circulation. It gently wakes up the nervous system and boosts metabolism, which is why it's so popular in winter or during low-energy days. But when this warming effect continues into the evening, it can trigger the bladder to become more sensitive and active. Increased blood flow and body heat lead to more kidney filtration, and this may result in more frequent urination, especially at night. Another lesser-known fact is that cinnamon slightly lowers blood sugar. This can be helpful during the day, but at night it can cause fluctuations that may lead to nighttime awakenings. For elders already managing diabetes or high blood pressure, this subtle shift can make sleep lighter and more easily disturbed. Some may even feel slightly jittery or dehydrated after taking cinnamon late, both of which can irritate the bladder lining. Let me share the story of Mr. Sharma, 70 years old, from Lucknow. He had read online that cinnamon water helped with joint pain and blood sugar, so he began taking it daily, even around 8 p.m. Within a few weeks, he noticed that he was waking up at 1 a.m. and again around 4 a.m., not for pain, but to urinate. At first, he thought it was his age. Then he thought it was the winter cold. But after he attended a health talk at his community center, he realized it might be the Dalchini tea taken too close to bedtime. He shifted his cinnamon to morning, just half a teaspoon boiled with water before breakfast. Within 10 days, his nighttime trips reduced. He now wakes up only once or not at all, and he says, "I still enjoy cinnamon, just not after sunset." So, dear elder, what can you do if you've been using cinnamon for your health? You can still use it, but shift the timing. Add it to your morning tea, oats or fruit bowls. Drink Dalchini water before 10 a.m., not in the evening. Avoid cinnamon milk sweets or herbal teas with Dalchini after 5 or 6 p.m., especially if your sleep is already light or broken. Instead, choose calming spices like cardamom fennel or a pinch of nutmeg. At night, they are milder and more sleep-friendly. Cinnamon is not a dangerous spice, but it is powerful. And after 60, your body needs less stimulation and more softness in the evening. By using cinnamon in the first half of your day, you still receive all its benefits without paying the price at midnight. And with that gentle adjustment, your sleep can return to what it once was, deep, steady, and peaceful. How to use spices correctly for better sleep. A simple guide for seniors. After the age of 60, the body begins to speak more softly but more often. It sends signs through sleep digestion and bladder function. And one of the biggest causes of nighttime disturbance in elders across India is not just water or age, but how and when we use our spices. Yes, the same jeera, haldi, lasun and adrak that make our food flavorful can either help us sleep or keep us awake. So today, let us gently explore how to use spices wisely so your nights are calm and your mornings full of strength. 1. Use stronger spices in lunch, not dinner. Give your body time to rest. Many seniors enjoy their strongest meal at dinner. Heavy sabzi garlic chutney, thick dal with red chili tadka. But digestion slows down after 6 p.m. and spices that feel good during the day may overstimulate the body at night. Spices like ginger, garlic, black pepper and red chili increase circulation, raise body heat and gently push the kidneys into action. If taken late, they can disturb the bladder, increase urination, and interrupt sleep, especially in sensitive bodies. So, what's the solution? Keep your main spices, adrak, lasun, lal, merch for your lunch. Enjoy a hearty, warm spiced meal between 12 p.m. and 2 p.m. when your digestive fire is strong. Let dinner be your lighter, cooler meal with spices like jeera, saunf, elaichi or turmeric used gently and thoughtfully. This small shift can reduce nighttime urgency and also support digestion, joint comfort and sleep. 2. Choose calming dinner dishes, khichdi, thin dal or steamed vegetables with jeera. After a long day, the body wants peace, not a heavy fight in the stomach. The best dinner for elders is one that is warm, light, mildly spiced and easy to digest. A simple mung dal khichdi with a touch of haldi and cumin is perfect for a tired digestive system. You can also try loki or tinda sabzi steamed with cumin seeds and coriander, no chili, no onion, no tomato. If you like dal, make it thin and soupy, not thick or oily, and add just a pinch of ajwain or saunf for taste. These meals may sound too plain, but they are powerful. They reduce inflammation, support gentle elimination, and calm the bladder without creating acidity or pressure. And they can be made with ingredients already in your kitchen, nothing expensive, nothing new. 3. Avoid herbal teas with ginger or pepper after 6 p.m., even if they seem healthy. Many elders sip warm kada, tulsi, adrak tea or masala chai in the evening, believing it is good for immunity and digestion. While that may be true during the day after 6 p.m., these drinks can overstimulate the system. Ginger and pepper raise internal heat and keep the nervous system alert. This can lead to bladder irritation and cause the kidneys to keep filtering even when the body wants to rest. Try this instead. Switch to plain fennel tea or warm water with crushed cardamom around 5:30 to 6 p.m. These herbs cool the body, soothe the bladder, and support peaceful sleep without triggering excess urination. And if you still want your chai, have it in the afternoon, ideally between 3 and 4 p.m., far enough from bedtime. 4. Try turmeric milk before 7 p.m. But with the right amount and the right method, turmeric or haldi is a blessing for Indian elders. It reduces inflammation, supports the bladder, and improves sleep quality. But many people take haldi milk too late or with too many added spices, which defeats its purpose. The best way to take turmeric is this: half a teaspoon of haldi in 1 cup of warm milk with a pinch of black pepper. Boil it gently for 5 to 7 minutes and drink it slowly around 6:30 to 7 p.m. Do not add sugar, honey, cinnamon, or ginger. These can either overstimulate or interfere with digestion at night. Turmeric milk, when taken this way, relaxes the bladder, calms the gut, and tells the nervous system it's time to rest. It is especially helpful for those with joint pain, frequent urination, or disturbed dreams. And best of all, it's simple, familiar, and already in your kitchen. Dear elder, if you've reached this far, I want to say something very simple from the heart. Your sleep is not broken because of your age. Yes, you are growing older. Yes, your body is changing. But waking up 2 or 3 times every night is not just old age. It is often a small message from inside, quietly asking for a shift in your habits, in your routine, or even in your evening spice box. You don't need to suffer in silence, and you don't need to accept poor sleep as your fate. Because many times the real cause is not your age. It's a spice taken too late, a tea that's too strong, or a dinner that's too heavy. You see, after 60, the body becomes more sensitive but not less wise. It notices every small thing: the cup of ginger chai after 7 p.m., the extra pinch of lal mirch in dinner, the forgotten glass of jeera water in the evening. And when you listen to those signals, when you adjust just a few details, your body responds with gratitude in the form of deeper sleep, fewer night wakings, and lighter mornings. This is not a miracle. It's not even medicine. It's simply understanding how spices affect your bladder, your nerves, your digestion. And when you understand that you are no longer helpless, you are in charge again. Let me remind you, you don't need to change everything overnight. You don't need to stop enjoying your favorite meals or stop using spices completely. All you need is 1 or 2 small shifts done at the right time with the right intention. Start by moving stronger spices like garlic, pepper, or ginger to lunchtime. Try adding fennel, cardamom, or cumin in your evening meal instead. Or sip turmeric milk before 7 p.m. Just half a teaspoon is enough to bring calm to your night. Like many elders across India have already discovered, the body will reward you for your care. Just ask Lataji from Bhopal, who shifted her elaichi milk to early evening and now sleeps without interruption. Or Mr. Gokale from Pune, who gave up adrak chai after dinner and finally sleeps 5 hours straight. These are not grand changes, just small acts of listening, of respecting what the body now needs. And when you do that, your body says, thank you in the most beautiful way, with peace. So before we close, I want to ask you one small thing. If anything in this video helped you, even a little, please type the word hope in the comments. That single word may give strength to another person reading silently, someone who has also been struggling alone with sleepless nights. And if you feel this knowledge might help your sister, your husband, your friend from yoga class, please share this video with them. Because health is not meant to be kept, it is meant to be shared. And lastly, if you'd like more such insights, kindly press the subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. Every week we share gentle guidance for elders like you, no noise, no pressure, just care. Together, let's build a space where growing older feels supported, not lonely. Where sleep is not a luxury, but a natural part of your well-being. Until next time, may your nights be quiet, your bladder be calm, and your mornings begin with peace. Namaste.